Now, your credit score can cost you thousands of dollars in interest over the life of a loan. So picture this. You buy a $500,000 home with a credit score of, let's say, 620 and an interest rate of about 7.36%. You'll be paying about $741,989 over the life of that loan. However, if you boost your credit score by just 60 points, you would be saving $142,463 over the life of the same loan. Now, that's a huge difference. Now, let's say that this is you. Your score is at 639. You can get your score all the way to well over 700 by simply applying these simple steps and strategies. Now, that is genius. And let me tell you, you will not find this technology anywhere else. Well, hello, and wagwan, beautiful people. I am back with another gem dropping video where today we're going to be discussing how to increase your credit score in little to no time, giving you the credit boost you want and need to achieve your financial goals, lower your interest rates, and even buy your dream home. Now, if you know anything about credit, you know that your credit score can make or break your experiences, which is why it's vital to have a good credit score. But what can you really do to increase your credit score if it's relatively low, causing you to deal with denials and incredibly high interest rates? Now, I'm going to be sharing some simple yet effective tips and tricks to help you increase your credit score, build your personal credit profile, and achieve your financial goals, no matter what those goals may be. Now, pulling your credit report to check for errors is at the top of my list of ways to improve your credit score quickly for several reasons. First, you don't want anyone else's credit information included on your credit report, which can happen, although very rare, right? You need to check your credit report for errors that could bring your score down instead of boosting it. For example, you may have a late payment on your report that isn't accurate, or may have a debt in collections that's still listed that you already paid off. Therefore, you need to get a full copy of your credit report and scan through it, checking for any possible errors. If you find errors, request them to be removed, because removing something that no longer pertains to your situation could boost your score by several points, so it's worth it. ScoreMaster is by far one of the best resources for improving your credit score. I personally highly recommend using it to boost your credit score and manage your money more efficiently. So let me show you how you can use ScoreMaster to boost your personal credit score and help you achieve your financial goals faster. Now, the average score increase using ScoreMaster is about 61 points and higher, y'all, and this is within 20 days. I have personally seen it. I use this tool, my husband uses this tool, and we've recommended it to quite a number of people, and it works. Now, all you have to do first is sign up. You have to sign up for an account. You can try it out for 7 days for literally $1. But once you start using it, you are going to absolutely love it. Now, once you sign in, let me show you exactly how it looks once you sign in. Now, on the platform, they have several different tools. They have the score tracker, score builder, score boost. You're able to manage your money as well using this platform, so you can add accounts. This is a test account, by the way. But you can manage your accounts, your checking, savings, investment accounts. They offer fraud and privacy protection as well. Now, let's go over straight to the score boost. Now, this is what you want to use to boost your personal credit score fast. I'm going to show you a couple of different things on the platform. So right now, this is saying that your score is at 639, right? What I love with this tool is that it tells you literally exactly what you need to do. So first of all, it's telling us the utilization for each account. The city account is telling us that the utilization is 94%. This Capital One account, it's at 67%. This American Express card, it's telling us that the utilization is 22%. Now look how awesome this tool is. This tool is telling me that if I pay $5,000, I can get an additional 37 points by paying $5,000, but it does not stop right there. This is what I love with the tool. Now you see how this changes. It changed from utilization to telling me exactly how many points I will now earn if I pay a specific amount by a specific date, y'all. And it tells me also when the score will update. And this tool is so precise. It can't get any more precise than this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go directly over to Smart Credit Report. Oh, also, you can actually see your credit scores from the 3 credit bureaus as well using this tool, the 3B report and scores tool. But let's go over to Smart Credit Report, and immediately you can see all of the credit accounts that you have available right now. We're looking at a Capital One account, a Regions Mortgage, Credit Bank. If you want to immediately see what's negatively impacting your score, you can just click on negative and you can see what's impacting your score and why. Another thing is you can actually communicate directly with this lender. So let's say there was an error or you do not believe that something was correct, you can go over here and select instant action. You can request a goodwill correction, correct a credit report inaccuracy. You can do debt negotiations on here. You can literally do everything by just a click of a button. So we selected the action wizard and you can go to debt negotiator. So let's say if it was a collections account, you can negotiate a debt. So we're going to select debt settlement offer or interest rate reduction or defer monthly payment, whatever it is that you want to do. But for the sake of this video, we're going to select debt settlement offer. We're going to select next, and instead of paying that $811, let's say I can only afford $400. So I'm going to select $400, and if I want to pay it off in monthly installments or just pay it one time. If you want to pay it just one time, you will just enter 0. And that's literally it. I'm going to select next and select a reason. Let's do I wish to avoid collections and charge off. And you're just going to hit next. And once you've read the legal notice, then you will just hit confirm instant delivery. And what this will do is this will automatically send, depending on how that creditor prefers to receive communication, they will instantly send it out to them. So you don't have to figure out the address situation or anything like that, or going to the post office. This literally sends it over to them, and then they will have to respond back to you. You guys, I have used this tool before to respond, to communicate directly with a lender to make a correction, and they responded back to me within 7 days, letting me know that this account has been corrected and completed. So this is such an amazing tool to communicate directly with creditors. You can go further and, request, like I said before, request a goodwill removal of a negative on this account, or report identity theft, or correct a credit reporting inaccuracy. So let's go with request a goodwill removal of a negative on this account. Let me show you how simple this is. We're just going to select one of these reasons. Let's say that I request a goodwill removal of all late payments on my credit report. Let's go with that one. But just look at all the different reasons that you have available, right? So let's just go with that one. And you can type whatever it is that the reason is. They autofill it for you as well. And you're just going to go ahead and hit next. And that's it. And by law, the creditor typically has to get back to you within like 60 days. So definitely use this tool. Again, I will have the link in my description below. You can try it out for just $1, and this will change your whole life. All right. If you're somebody who, you're in a season where you're trying to buy a house or something, or you just want to pay off your debt, get rid of debt, and you're looking for a system or a tracker to use, or you're trying to get rid of some negatives possibly on your account, definitely try to utilize this tool. So now that you know more about ScoreMaster and how to use it to your advantage to build your personal credit profile and achieve your financial goals, the next step involves lowering your utilization. utilization. Now, your utilization is the amount of money you spend on credit cards compared to the total amount available. So maxed out cards with high interest rates cost you more in the long run, which is why focusing on getting your credit cards paid off can definitely help. Now, several scoring factors can affect your credit score, including amounts owed, new credit, length of credit history, payment history, and credit mix. Now, your length of credit history accounts for about 15% of your score, and there isn't much you can do about that. However, one of the ways to maintain a lengthy credit history is to keep your oldest credit card, even if you have paid it off, especially if there are no annual fees. Now, you can use the card to make one small purchase ever so often to keep the card active, ensuring that you will still have that long history to help boost your credit score. Now, another way to add history to your account is to have someone you know and trust, okay, such as a parent, sibling, or a spouse, to include you as an authorized user on their credit card. Now, you don't need a copy of the credit card or anything. Simply being added as an authorized user can benefit your credit score. Now, the amount owed to creditors accounts for 30% of your score, meaning if you owe a lot of money to different creditors and have maxed out several credit cards, your score will drop. The key is to spend wisely with credit cards to avoid maxing them out. Now, you don't want to spend more than you can afford, even when you have thousands of dollars available on these credit cards, okay? Trust me, I know this can be tempting, but don't fall for it. Now, your payment history is even more important, accounting for 35% of credit score. Make your payments on time, even if you only put down the minimum monthly payment. If you have a lengthy on-time payment history, you can see your score increase by several points. New credit can boost your score by 10%, but should only be applied for if you absolutely need it, because hard inquiries can cause your score to drop. And you don't want to have too many of those inquiries on your credit report. Lastly, your credit mix accounts for 10% of your credit score. It refers to the available mix of credit, such as credit cards, personal loans, or even student loans. Now, if you only have credit cards, this doesn't mean that you need to take out a personal loan to improve your credit score. Maintaining a credit utilization ratio of under 30% of your available credit is best. For example, if you have $10,000 available across several credit cards and have spent $8,000, your utilization is probably too high at 80%. However, if you have that same $10,000 and have only spent $2,000, you're doing well, okay? Because now your utilization ratio is only at 20%. And this calculation can be applied to each card across the board. Now, if your utilization is too high, you can quickly increase your credit score by putting extra money down. For example, if your monthly minimum on a credit card is $70, try paying $270 so that you're paying $200 more than the minimum. If you have the extra money, consider making 2 payments on the same card in 1 month, reducing the debt owed and lowering the interest owed to help you save more in the long run. So some people like to use a snowball style method where they pay minimums on all cards except for their lowest card, using the extra money to pay that one off first before moving to the next card and doing the same thing. However, this isn't always possible for everyone, especially those struggling to make ends meet. So if you're currently in that situation, don't lose hope, because alternative options such as debt consolidations are available. Now, I used to work in the financial industry from around 2014 to 2019, and many of my clients would choose debt consolidation. It was an option I suggested as well to those who were struggling to make even the minimum monthly payments on their cards. Not only was this a way for them to consolidate all their debt into one payment instead of trying to make dozens of different payments to various creditors and credit cards, but it also ensured that they could pay less interest in the long long run while boosting their credit score. And at the time, I worked for an institution that offered competitive interest rates. So if you're considering doing a debt consolidation, do it with a company that will offer you a favorable interest rate. So if you can't afford to put more down on your debt and feel like you're stuck in this vicious debt cycle, debt consolidation is definitely worth considering. Now, best of all, you don't necessarily need to work with a company that provides these services. If you can get approved for a low interest loan with your bank or a credit union, you can use that money to pay off your debt and then pay off the loan little by little each month without worrying about high interest costing you hundreds of dollars or even more. For example, a loan with an 8% interest rate would cost you much less in the long run than a credit card with a 24.99% interest rate. So on to the following way to improve your credit score quickly. Now, try to request a credit line increase. Now, if you can get the credit company to increase your credit line, your utilization will drop. For example, when you have a card with only $300 and have used $150 of it, you are already at a 50% utilization ratio. However, if you can get that credit company to increase your available credit to $1,000, you will only be at a 15% utilization ratio, which will help boost your credit score in no time. Now, while a credit line increase isn't guaranteed, most credit companies are willing to work with their customers. And even if you get denied the increase, it won't hurt your credit score. Now, if you want to increase your credit score quickly, you can take several steps, such as paying more on your credit cards to reduce your utilization, checking your credit profile for potential errors, requesting a credit line increase to lower your utilization, or even consolidate your debt. By building your personal credit profile, you can set yourself up to achieve your financial goals and do more of what you love without the burden of being denied or dealing with high interest rates due to a lower credit score. Now, if you liked this episode, don't forget to hit that like button as well as the subscription button and the notification bell as well. That way, whenever I post more gem dropping videos, you'll be the first to know. Again, it's your girl Shy-Bivia. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's continue to grow those businesses and get financially healthy together. And I'll see you guys later. Be blessed. Bye.